you become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in your joints and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. By Margery Williams. Hello. So that video might have been pretty self-explanatory, but I just wanted to come on and just say a few words about it with this guy. Okay. Yeah, so when I was in the throes of it with eating disorder recovery, I first discovered this quote from the Velveteen Rabbit. I know I was probably read the Velveteen Rabbit as a child, but I have no recollection of it. I actually just listened to an audiobook of it because I had no idea how the story went. But the quote stood out to me because it's a really poignant and beautiful quote. I just remember being obsessed with how I looked during my eating disorder and also outside of that. I still am to an extent, which is why I'm glad I have this quote and now a little physical reminder of, that you don't need to look a certain way to be loved. In fact, it's the imperfections that actually make you loved. So I thought that might be helpful to share to anyone who is struggling with that, whether you have an eating disorder or not. I think it is pretty poignant to anyone, and just a nice quote. So here's my little guy, my little Velveteen Rabbit. I don't know what velveteen is. I have a computer right here. Let's see. What is velveteen? We'll find out together. Okay, it's like a cotton fabric. It's like velvet, but it's less expensive and more durable. Okay, so that makes sense, because the whole thing is like, it's not supposed to be like, okay, you can read the story. But I don't think this is velveteen. It doesn't look really velvety, but it's cute, which is what is good. And the funny thing is I messed up while making him. I'll cover his ears so he doesn't hear. I made his, whoa, crazy poignant. I made his body bigger than I intended to. And I think he's perfect just the way he is. I'm so happy that I made him. Actually, I'm very happy because I've always wanted to make a stuffed animal that looks like this, and I've never been able to quite figure out the pattern. And then I was looking at all these patterns online, and I'm like, okay, I think I get the basics of it. I'm gonna give it a shot, and I think he turned out really well. So anyway, the whole point of all of this is that, I just hope, if you've never heard that quote, I hope now you can take that. Here's what I did when I was inpatient and the hospital and even outpatient stuff. I wrote the quote down on a piece of paper that I'd have with me, and also in my notes app on my phone. So if that helps you, you could do that too. Okay. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And remember, you are loved no matter how you look. In fact, because of all your imperfections, it makes you even more beautiful. I'm gonna turn off the camera for you. Oh, thanks, little guy.